Hello, I made this video so one can plan ahead. How long does it take to increase an amount of any amount 1,000 times by investing and getting a percentage out of each time you invest. And so I made a table. So on the black line, on the black numbers, it shows how much you make on each trade. So for example, you see a 0.5% at the very beginning, and it drops down all the way to 10%, 14, 20, 50%. Let's say you have a way to make 100% or 150% in one trade, all the way to 3x. So how long, if you do 300% or 100%, how long does it take to make 1,000 times whatever you had? So if you start with $1,000, you'll have $1 million, and if you have $1, you'll have $1,000, and whatever any amount that you have, $500, 500,000. How many years does it take to do that? By doing a little bit, little by little, or you want to do a big chunk at the time? So on the first column, column C, you see that at 1%, it takes 694 times. You have to do 1% 694 times, and if you do it 156 times a year, it takes 4.5 years. So I'm going to scroll through the rest of all the numbers so you can see how long it takes. 104 times a year, that's 2 weeks. It takes 6.7 years. And of course, the less times you do it, the more years it's going to take. It takes 57 years if you only do it once a month. If you do 1% once a month, it'll take 57.9, almost 58 years. And I'm going slow so you can look down. Let's say, oh, I can do 2%. So if I do 2% right here, 2%, 12 times a year, that's once a month. It will take 29.1 years to do to grow your account from, let's say, $100 to $100,000, and so on and so on. 100 years if you do 2% and you only do it 3 times a year. So you have to do it many more times, and more than 3 times. And it goes all the way to 1 time a year, and it takes 1,000 years, I guess, which is the slowest. Basically, you're never gonna get there. And so it drops down. Well, I'm not gonna go really fast. I'm gonna go slow so you can see. So this table goes from up to 3%. So I'm gonna go a page down. So if you wanna see what the numbers are, you're gonna have to stop the video and look. I'm gonna go back all the way to the beginning. 3.5% each trade. 1.3 years. If you can do 156 times. Oh, let's start with it. Yeah, that's 3 times a week. If you can do 3.5, or let's go to 4%. It would take 1 year. If you do it 156 times, 4%, it would take 1 year, and so on. So I'm gonna start rolling the columns so you can see. Next. I'm on 12. Once a month. If you do 4% once a month, it takes 14 years. to 1,000x your accounts, and it keeps going. And I don't want to make the video too long. Let's go to the next page. I'm on 13%. So I hope I'm gonna just go back like that so you can see how many years it takes. Over here it takes 6 years. If you do 25%, 6 times a year, in 6 years you can make it 1,000 times the amount that you started with. This is assuming that you're not going back or negative or anything like that. This is so you can have an estimate of how long it's gonna take. Okay, so let's go to the bottom. And I don't know how long this video is. Oh yeah, 6 minutes. So you're not interested in 18 years or anything like that, right? So there it is. Is that the last part of it? No, still more. .1 years if you do 110%. But you have to do it 156 times a year. Only 15 times. If you do 100% 15 times in 1 year, you got it, right? Is that what it is? Something like that. Okay. And now this is big numbers. Now 200%. Yeah. Oh. That's the last one I have. That doesn't make sense, so whatever. Okay. So, I'm gonna go through this. The blue line is how many times you have to do it, right? You only have to do it 5 times, 300%. The amount, the account will grow to 1,000x. There's the next page. If you do 130%, you only have to do it 8 times. I hope I'm not on the wrong line or anything. Yes, times, x's. There it is. 70%, 13 times. You got it. It'll grow to 1,000x. 25%, it will take 31 times. 14%, 52 times. I mean, you can do it how many times you want it per year on this column. It doesn't matter how long it takes you. Like yesterday, Nvidia went 25% up, and this only happens one time a year in history, right? You have to do it 30 times to 1,000x the money that you have. I choose 1,000x because if you it's very easy to get $1,000 and put it into an account, and then you multiply it 1,000x, and it will be $1 million. Okay, gotta stop the video. Bye.